He has an incredible physique as well, and I think he could also
14th in the world, man, and this kid is the future.
And it is Alex Cutz. It is the best. Specifically is, if not the best, second best ever in this season.
Liked the game, bought me food, water, drove me home, fucked me, sucked me, and left.
Yeah, you know what? It was just one of those muscle groups that I was very always easy for me to connect. Chest was opposite though.
It's very chest, like here to here, they have huge chest. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna shut up, kill it.
This is the part of you.
Come on.
I can tell you how it happened. I can tell you about the safe house nights out in Calabasas. I can tell you not a rap. Trying to sell this story, I don't even open up the package. Who you with?
Again. Fuck. I felt that shit, bro. It's crazy.
It's one of those things I'm telling you. It doesn't, like, I know the form doesn't look as like pinpoint perfect, but it doesn't matter. When guys have a good body part, it's like when people used to say Branch Warren. Like, how is Branch Warren's back so crazy? He used to roll like crazy, and like they just feel it.
That's a really good way to look at that shit too.
Guys, you feel it, you don't change anything. If it's not broken, you say keep killing it, man. It's working.
5 weeks in the prep, we are still fat, but we're just, again, a little less fat. When it comes to our training, I've really tried to take a simple is more approach this year. My training is very simple. 2 chest days, 2 back days, fill in the gaps with legs and then shoulders. I don't touch arms. And again, my main focus is trying to basically put back on what I lost throughout the last year and a half of being off compounds, but also bring a more fresh look. As the physique went down, we wanted to rebuild it in a more fresh way. And I can already see that through my updates, through my check-ins right now with my coach. So that's one thing that I'm excited about. But at the same time, over the last couple of years, if I had to be honest with myself, I would tell myself that I'm training hard, but then I always realized that there was another level when I trained with somebody who was actually training hard. Lately, it's just been on a completely another level. And that's my main focus, is keeping that as consistent as possible. That's why I've been telling you guys, my environment is so important. Who I'm around, people not letting me slack. Right? When you're training by yourself, you will find ways subconsciously to take your foot off the gas. So every once in a while, you got to get that rejuvenation from an outside perspective. And again, just overall simplification to the training. The one thing I love about Cutz, he is more of the nutritionist, right? When it comes to the training, he just basically wants to know that you're training fucking hard. Like that's the one thing I love about him. He is very old school in a lot of the approaches that he takes. And that's why I love right now that I'm just in a position where I'm just turning my brain off and just allowing him to guide this ship. Right, so far he's basically given me my split. Obviously he controls the meal plans. He's just one of those guys where, honestly, like I said, he simplifies the process. So far it's been working for me, and when it comes to Cutz, I think his specialty is towards the end of the prep, not necessarily the beginning of the prep. So I'm excited to see as we get closer and closer how my physique looks compared to previous weeks out.
I've been on a mission, haven't left the condo. This that OVO, that season, this that new Toronto. I get boxes of free Jordan like I play for North Carolina. How much I make off the deal, how the fuck should I know?
Does it?
Yeah. I thought the first one smelled like Hollister. That one smells like everything.
I like the first one better.
Yeah, it smells like male trying to put on for female. You know what I mean? It just does it. It smells like try hard.
Characteristic of like him when he's most successful in prep bodybuilding. Or the gate of the Olympia, and it'd be like a gate. I guess we could have like a shadow of either like the league's logo or the Manions.
This is frustrating, man. We have now done 4 different rounds of different scents. So what we're trying to do is basically create an experience whenever you open up a Manifest package. Obviously the material of the shorts designs in themselves will be one experience, but if we can hit another scent, you know, like a scent or another sense, better yet, I really think that's going to allow Manifest to stand out in ways, you know, other people aren't. I mean, we just started adding in these cards, and the way that we came up with these cards, which I absolutely love the idea of, was just basically reaching out to our current athletes. We have about 28 of them, and they basically gave us some tips, some insight on kind of how they've had success in their career. So then we turn that into value pieces for our customers. And you got to think about it. Most of these people are going to be getting these shorts right before they get ready to step on stage. So they get a reminder from a top Olympian, top athlete, and you know, it's little things like the scale reflects a number, not the full measure of progress. Never confuse the two. It's little things, you know that, but it's nice to hear it from somebody who has, you know, been at the top. And yeah, man, I spent a lot of time in here, but more specifically, my wife Megan spent a lot of time in here. This is basically the headquarters of Manifest, and as you guys can see, we try to keep this as condensed as possible, but things are growing and things get a little bit messy, as you can see. But I always say Megan works best in chaos. It's just always something about her that I at this point I can't really change. But it used to be a movie room. This is why you see this massive TV here. All right, but we kind of turned it in, put a little bit of decor around. We have these beautiful little posters / reminders on the wall. What we got here was the time that Manifest came in 3rd place in a voting round for the best board shorts, you know, out there. Did not like that, so we printed that out and used that as motivation. And this was another little, you know, back and forth that we had that I use for motivation. I'm a little petty, so I use that kind of stuff. But this little thing, we have this Shopify, 278 orders in a month. Not too bad, and we're growing, man. Things are happening fast. So little things like this, I really want to try my best to do it right, man. Do it right. And yesterday, at the time that you guys are watching this, we are coming out with 2 new board shorts. You guys may have seen these around the league already. Our athletes do get early access, so that's another way you guys can kind of stay up to date if you guys pay attention to who we sponsor and the shows that they do, because you'll oftentimes see some new shorts that are coming very, very soon. But these ones are beautiful. Probably one of my favorite designs so far of the year. I am a simple person. Like, I just really like simple color blocking. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you guys might remember where this one was inspired from. And it's actually a big part of Manifest's history. So if you guys remember, 2022, I did Miami, I won Miami, qualified for the Olympia, I won the Trident. And ever since then, that's kind of where the Manifest logo and just kind of like the vibe of Manifest really originated from. And then from that, it was these color shorts, teal, that I wore on stage. So we're bringing these bad boys back. It's like blasting the past looking at these, but it's kind of cool to see, man. It's like a full circle moment for Manifest. But where the logo, what's the word I'm looking for? It's all where the logo started, all where it originated, and now matching it back with the same color. So I'm excited to see these ones drop. Again, Manifest, the biggest problem with Manifest over the last couple of years is the simple fact that we just needed more inventory on the site. So this year, we did everything in our power to make sure that we fix that. We also want to do it in a way that we can create hype around launches and give you guys as much education on each launch. So just stay tuned. We basically have a launch, if not 2, in every single month leading into this year past the Olympia. So it's going to be insane. And yeah, man, it's crazy to see how much Manifest has grown.
Tony Montana, they call me Tony Montana, nigga. Smoking the planet, shovel the door, I'm a phantom, nigga.
Are you saying that's why it's kind of looks a little softer compared to the front? Like, it's just not muscle that's hardened yet?
It's just big. Right now, it's just big.
All right, one thing I want to make sure that no matter how busy I get, I continue to do this Men's Physique Radio podcast. We started this about 1.5 years ago, and very quickly it kind of took on a life of its own. And I guess I never really realized how much of a hole, pause, that we were, I guess, filling in the market of Men's Physique. And we just had Emmanuel Hunter on, and he's a guest that I've been wanting to have on for a while. We actually had him on like when we first started the podcast so long ago, but it's so cool to have these, you know, full circle moments with a lot of these athletes, and as they're like in the primes of their career and going through their trials and tribulations, because like we all go through it. I always say when it comes to bodybuilding, nobody really gets us except us, you know. So when you have a podcast that kind of connects you together, it kind of helps connect everybody together, and that's what I found Men's Physique Radio has been for us lately. So all right, the sun is starting to go down, so there is somewhere I really, really want to be, because Madden, I think Madden's going to like this one. Dear Madden, I've been in prep for 5 weeks now, and very similar to the last few weeks, not much has really happened. Weight has slowly started to trend down. Cardio still sucks, but we get it done. And honestly, I think you're making more progress than I am. I feel like every day I look at you, I'm noticing something new. And now you have your mom terrified of how close you are to rolling over. All in all, I think I like this prep. It's different, but prep in the past, I don't know how else to describe it. It just felt heavy. My identity became IFBB Pro, Alex Toplyn, and life outside of the gym didn't really exist for me. So the lows were very low, and the highs, they never really felt that high. It was always just on to the next. But I will say, I'm starting to feel that dog again. The bodybuilding season is just getting started, and seeing people step on stage again is making me impatient. I can't wait until you see me on stage. It's hard to explain it, but I feel like a completely different person. And I know you'll be in the crowd the next time I do this, so that's been my biggest motivation lately. Oh, and your grandfather, he's in town. And if you ever want to see pure happiness, just watch how your grandfather looks at you. Over the years, a lot of the family grew up, got jobs, got married, and moved different states. But your grandfather, he's like glue. No matter where, when, or how, he finds a way to keep everybody close. Your grandfather, when I was growing up, probably close to your age right now, Grandpop started to tell me that the day that you were brought into this world, my life will change forever. And how I saw the world then is no longer how I would see the world now. And at first, I didn't really understand what he meant. But I do now. Thanks, Dad. Love, Dad.